Would it work? Probably not. So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down on the Hump Day grid. We looks like we are having a Jackson Matz and Ben Matz, father and son, brothers, cousins. Coincidence? But it's co-construction, edited by Joel Fagliano. And we are having today a Cabernet Sauvignon Merlot mix from the witty, that's French for yes, vineyards there in northern France. One of my favorite little dry red table wines. It's one of my absolute favorites. And with that signal, let's wind down. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got in this grid. Hopping into the grid. Okay. Slug-like Star Wars bad guy. You're going to go with maybe Jabba, as in the Hutt. Vaccine, informally, maybe a jab. All right, let's see. Garlicky sauce. Probably aioli. Word with France or Force. And I have an AI, so we're going to go with Air France, Air Force. What it would be a mistake to write twice. Oh, okay. Maybe a boo-boo. I'm going to put that in there because I don't know for sure if I like it. Valuable Scrabble tiles or maybe blanks. So a television pro, I guess we're looking for the term broadcaster. Well, that's handy. And right hand, so to speak, maybe an aide de camp. Passionately discuss minutiae without, and I think we're talking about nerding out, which I can easily do on a lot of subjects. Increases sharply. I'm going to need a little bit more than that. Each, maybe a pop. Increases sharply. Copy. Maybe with 5 letters. I mean, maybe try mimic. Meditation mantras or ohms. Actor in 12 Years a Slave and 12 Monkeys. I've not seen either of those movies, and it looks like it's asking me to put in Brad Pitt here, but honestly, I didn't know he was in those movies. So learned something new here. The crossword as an educator. Goes for, maybe opts for. So increases sharply. Maybe cramps up. Video streaming giant. Yeah, I'm going to go with Roku on this one. So, okay. Wood used to age brandy. Yes, of course. And scotch and, well, whiskey just in general, right? I don't think you want to be aging it in pine. I guess this is cramps up. I mean, it's just a part of a... We got an asterisk there. I guess it's part of their theme. I don't know. Overlook is a flaw. Maybe see past. The lovely lady sitting behind me has to see past a lot every day when she sees me. So, poker face. Now I got Lady Gaga in my brain. Shaving cut, maybe a nick. I do that all the time. Caught, maybe nabbed. So, after effects from working out, maybe aches, pains. Time when glaciers form, maybe an ice age. So, strong squeeze, maybe a bear hug. Powers down, maybe shuts down. Well, I mean, maybe we'll get something interesting in here pretty soon to talk about or look at, not just solve outright. Where shots are taken, maybe a bar. Part of a which came first debate, maybe the egg, chicken or egg. Discussion, starter, question mark. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's a D. They actually put this in here. D. Okay. Moving on. Rip off. Rip off. Expose the vulnerabilities of, in a way. I guess it could be a leak. It could be a hack. Traps within. So I guess that would be hymns in. And you get past this little acute bouts of dyslexia I'm fighting here at this point. Cable channel with its own award show. Well, it's going to be MTV or CMA. And since we've got an M, I think I'm going to go with MTV. Before prefix, probably anti. Expose the vulnerabilities of, I just thought, okay, so this must be a ripoff. Is it a cover charge? I'm not getting that. Grandchild of Adam and Eve, yes, Enos. Okay, well, let's go over here. Ocean creatures with 3 hearts, and I guess these are octopi. Man on the Isle of Man, looks like with a B and an O, we got ourselves a bloke. Las Cruces, New Mexico. We used to go there every weekend. The farmer's market. Just great stuff. Burgers at, was it Jake's? Blake's Lotta Burger. Yeah, that was good. Certain bib wearer, maybe a racer. Label for a box during a household purge. Wow, yeah, maybe gonna be keeping or keep stuff in this one. Messed up, maybe aired. Bears one's soul. How about opens up? Still, I didn't know Brad Pitt was in either of those movies. I guess I don't really care, but just interesting. Number cruncher for short. Maybe a CPA. Not moving fast enough. Played the first card. Not moving fast enough. Let's see. Read over, peruse. I used to have students that would tell me that I need to peruse this real quick, and I'm like, that's kind of a misuse. Perusing is not fast. I'm reading it over, right? Gets used to new surroundings. How about adapts? And perhaps overcomes. So saith the Marines. Benjamin Franklin by religious philosophy, and I think almost all of our American founding fathers were deists. Not moving fast enough, Played the first card, maybe lead, or a lack thereof, maybe. So not moving fast enough could be closing the first 2 digits of every Brooklyn zip code, and I'm assuming those are gonna be ones. Highlighter colors usually, yes, and neons. Okay, that's interesting. So every Brooklyn zip code starts with 11. I didn't know that either. Well, this is just a really big learning day for me. Like TSA lines on holiday weekends. That's why we have the Fast Pass. Okay, long. I'm gonna go with long.
Everybody else in America.
Along with everybody else in America, exactly. Boat propeller. How about an oar? Like 10% fat beef. Eat plenty of. Is this an F? Duck delicacy. Yes, I think that is foie gras. And I wonder what variation they're using. So we're going to soar here. So I think we got foie. And I love foie gras, by the way. I just love it. One of my favorite pâtés. Eat plenty of. So yeah, I was an F. So I think this may be feast on, perhaps. Not moving fast enough. Is this closing time? NYSE, New York Stock Exchange debut, initial public offering. So yeah, I guess so. Closing time. Now I got semisonic stuck in my head. Closing time. Let's see. Great work and opus. This is my opus, and you're joining me for my opus. Thank you. Full of oneself. How about smug? How about Christopher? It's rather smug. Smug bloke, I am. Something that's not going to happen. I get told this all the time. No, that's a no-go by Swimbo right behind me. We ain't doing that. Currency of Colombia, the peso. It's a ball. Oh, rave about, maybe gush. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's a ball. It's a sphere, perhaps. I could still be wrong. A tanker, for example, is a ship. It was also my initial Army MOS. I was a 19 Alpha tanker. Mushnik and Son, Little Shop of Horrors song. I went to go see that every friggin' Friday night when I was a kid. It had that, and what was the other one we went to go see all the time? It had Little Shop of Horrors, and I can't remember the other one we go to. The AMC theater there in Fort Worth, Healing Mall. Gosh, it had Steve Martin in it. He was a dentist. Why can't I not remember the name of this movie? The Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's what it was. Yeah, isn't settled. So pins, maybe? Pins, maybe? Bad thing to make of oneself and gives me an excuse to say ass. Yay. Straightens things out, maybe irons them out. Extra crusty piece of bread, maybe the end. Now, what do we got here? Song from The Little Mermaid that's a phonetic hint to interpreting the answers to the starred clues. And I don't know, but I'm sure this is Under the Sea. Under the Sea. All right, and like 10% fat beef. I guess they're looking for clean cut, maybe. CFO or CIO sounds like an executive to me. Bill Clinton's is displayed at the Smithsonian for short. I guess that's his saxophone. Didn't know that either. Wow, I've learned so much from a puzzle that I'm just ripping through. I mean, this is unbelievable. Downright, maybe plain. Gym session devoted to squats, deadlifts, etc. Leg day. Textbook section. Textbook section. Pageant accessory. I'm going to go with a tiara. Trick question of the day. What is a synonym of tiara? The answer is a diadem. Textbook session, maybe a unit? Didn't think about that. Afflictions that rhyme with the body parts they're found in. I guess we're talking about stars in your eyes. How do we do, Bob? An extraordinary amount of jaw-jacking on this one, but it was really still a pretty fun grid to play through. But that's exactly what we did, and we just kind of played right through it. But now I know that Brad Pitt was in 12 Years a Slave. I know that Bill Clinton's saxophone is at the Smithsonian. And there was something else I learned, but I forgot already. So anyway. But not a bad grid. If you're going to do a grid, and if you are a beginning solver, you know someone who is, shoot them the link to it. I mean, this is a good grid for them to cut their teeth on. And with that, we'll go ahead and move you out of here for now. We'll bring down our see you later slide. And before I get to that, I just want to say thank you to everybody for the subscribing and the commenting. A lot of people are still commenting on and talking about the biopic that I put out a couple weeks ago, which is pretty great. So thank you for that. I'm glad it answered some questions. And until I see y'all tomorrow for the Thursday grid, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auch einen Abend. Morgen. Welche Zeit ist dir? Bis später, bis morgen. Tschüss, ciao. Cin-Cin. Be well.